Hi, it's Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today's book is Benji, Fastest Dog in the West for 1978. So let's get started. As soon as Sydney opened the back door, Benji and Tiffany scampered outside. Paul, Sydney called. It's time for the morning sweetie pie chase. Sweetie Pie was running herself on Mrs. Fenn's fence, waiting for them as usual. Benji and Tiffany dashed over to her, screeched, Sweetie Pea, and the morning chase was on. The children, grinning, watched as the animals rushed down the street. I'm glad it's sunny for the rodeo today, said Paul. I wish the rodeo had a contest for the fastest dog, said Cindy. I'll bet Benji would be the fastest dog in the Silver Creek. The animal raced back past the children. Sweetie Pea scrambled up the nearest tree. She glared at the two dogs, who stood below, wagging their tail and patting in the shade. Mary, the housekeeper, was set out a bowl of water. Benji and Tiffany trotted over for a quick drink. Mrs. Finn called, "Come, Sweetie Pea, dear, it's time for your nap." The pretty white cat climbed down from the tree and scooted home. Mrs. Finn waved good luck at the rodeo children, she said. Dr. Chapman ran strode into the yard. "Hi, Daddy," said Paul. Benji just ran faster than he ever has. Dr. Chapman smiled. "Are you and Cindy ready to do some fancy riding this afternoon?" "Yes, sir," laughed Paul. "We're both been practicing very hard." After lunch, they piled into the car. The sun was hot. When they arrived at the rodeo ground, Mary opened the door and let Benji and Tiffany scramble past her. When everyone was out of the car, Paul looked around. "Where are the dogs?" "There they are," answered Cindy, pointing her finger. "Under the bush." Mary laughed. "They know where it's cool and shady. They'll be fine right there," said Dr. Chapman. But the dogs wasn't still for long. They wandered over to the large corral to look at the horses. "Get along, doggy," said a cowboy. "You might scare the horses." Benji and Tiffany scooted off. They saw a man swinging a rope over his head. It snapped and twisted in a loop around them. Benji and Tiffany barked playfully and tried to bite the rope. "Shoo," the man laughed. "I'll never be able to patch it this way." The crowd watched the rodeo cheer loudly. Benji and Tiffany ran over to look. They found a small space under a fence where they could look through and see the aerator. It was a perfect spot for watching Paul and Cindy perform. A calf streaked across the arena. Paul rode after it. He roped the calf, jumped on the ground, and quickly tied the calf feet together. Then Paul raised both hands over his head. A cowboy dropped the flag to mark Paul time. It had taken Paul only 15 seconds. Soon Cindy appeared, riding a lively young steer. He and kicked, but Cindy held on tightly. A horn. Time was up. The crowd cheered. Cindy had ridden the steer for the whole 8 seconds without being thrown. A cowboy on a huge bull shot into the arena. The angry animal bucked and snorted. The cowboy rode well, holding one arm up high. Then, unexpectedly, the cowboy was thrown. He fell head over heels onto the dirt. A clown came to his rescue. He wore baggy pants with red suspenders, and he waved a broom. The bull began to chase him, while the cowboy ran to safety. "Oh, look, a clown!" squeaked a tiny girl. She squeezed past a space in the stand and toddler into the arena. The bull watched her with angry eyes. "Maria, come back here," screamed the little girl mother. The frightened clown snatched up the children and started to run. The bull lowered his head and charged after them. In a flash, Benji was over the fence, barking wildly. He dashed after the dangerous bull. Benji called, "Paul, where did you come from?" The bull heard Benji barking. Now there was someone new to chase. He charged after the brave little dog, but he was no match for Benji. Benji darted this way and that way. He darted here and there, keeping the bull busy until the clown and the little girl were safe. Then Benji rushed back to the fence. He flipped himself over the top and landed safely next to Tiffany. Everyone ran over to Benji. "You ran in the rodeo after all," exclaimed Cindy. "Now I know you are the fastest dog in Silver Creek." The cowboy who had ridden the bull smiled. "I have seen a herd of fast-moving, but I had never seen anything like that." He tied a first prize ribbon around Benji's neck. "Benji," he said with a grin, "I know you are the fastest dog in the West." So that was Benji, fastest dog in the West for 1978. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.